Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be my review on the new Libre L'Absolu Platine by YSL Libre L'Absolu, and I am going to be comparing it to the original Libre. So let's just go ahead and get right into the review. So here is the bottle. It's the same bottle as 4 out of the 5. The Eau de Toilette is the only one that has a more narrow and taller bottle, but this is the same as the original. The one difference is that it has this opaque platinum finish inside, which I wish it was a little bit more see-through just because you can't tell at all. I've tried. You can't see how much of the fragrance is in here, but I still think the bottle's really pretty next to the other ones. So the new fragrance is considered citrus, lavender, white floral, aldehydic, fresh spicy, aromatic, vanilla, sweet, amber, and powdery. And this has keynotes of orange blossom, diva lavender, and white lavender. Now when I was looking online, they did say that the iconic diva lavender is back, so I'm assuming that at least in the original there is a diva lavender. I'm not sure if it's the same one in all of them, but seeing as how they said iconic, I'm gonna assume so. What is different about this new one is they added a white lavender, which is said to be a little bit more sweet and clean. Some of the other notes that I found online are aldehydes at the top with bergamot and mandarin, and then at the base we have a vanilla and amber. So it looks like there is no ambergris note or jasmine, which is in some of the other flankers. I'm going to leave my review on the Libre line below if you want more details on that, and I have a video on how they compare to Manguerlan, so I'm going to link all those videos below. But for me, this does have the Libre DNA. Now I thought this was going to be closer to the Eau de Toilette with kind of a freshness and it being a little lighter, but I think they really brought it back to the original with the lavender. This one just opens up with that same kind of sharp lavender scent in the opening that I know a lot of people don't enjoy. So if you do not enjoy the original because of the lavender, I don't know how much you're going to enjoy this one, because this one does open a little more unisex, but it does finish to be, to me, a little feminine with the powdery aldehydes and the dry down. This one opens up very sharp and lavender heavy with a kind of soapiness and a slight citrus touch at the opening. And then as this settles, you get, to me, they don't list jasmine, but you get that famous jasmine orange blossom combo that I get in all the other fragrances. I don't only tell you what I get online. We all know that perfumers don't list everything, and I want to tell you guys what I experience. And it could be the aldehydes with the white lavender that's giving me that jasmine, but I want to tell you that I still get that famous jasmine orange blossom combo, kind of that white floral with a slight bitterness that I get from some orange blossom notes, because it goes one of two ways. It could either go kind of sugary orangey sweet, or kind of that bitter white floral, which is what I get in the Libre line, which I enjoy. Then I'm left with the vanilla and the amber. They just fade to these beautiful warm kind of fragrances that kind of just add something to my skin the next day. So when I wake up, it's just a warm kind of touch of vanilla with some of the lingering notes on top. So this does very much smell like the original, but it is different. Like when I sprayed this, I got a more soapiness. It's a little more clean, and then it dries down to have a powdery finish. But not powdery like baby powder, kind of that powdery finish that you get from aldehydes, kind of that soapy, clean. But in here, it's not the traditional aldehydes that you get from some of the older classy fragrances like Chanel. It's softer in here and more powdery fresh. I've always described the original as a modern white floral. This one's still modern, but with a kind of classy touch with that powdery finish that I get. When you're spraying them side by side, you can get the differences, but to me, you also get it at initial wear. There are just some fragrances that the flankers are super similar in the air, and then you kind of have to spray them side by side to get the differences, but I was able to pick up on the differences from this right away. It was more powdery, more clean, more soapy. So if those are accords you don't enjoy, you're not gonna like this. I do enjoy my soapy, fresh fragrances, and that's what they delivered in the newest fragrance. Again, I thought that this was going to be like the Eau de Toilette, and while I think this is reminiscent of an Eau de Toilette, like this could be another Eau de Toilette kind of flanker, and they could have put it in that taller bottle. It doesn't smell like the Eau de Toilette, but it does again go back to the original. You can tell it's Libre, but it's got its own accords setting it aside. I don't know why they didn't make the aldehydes kind of a keynote, because you really do get a soapiness in here that I get from aldehydes, but it's soft, powdery, and a little bit more smooth. I would say the sharpness is more so the first 10 minutes of the fragrance, and to me it's more of the lavender than it is the aldehydes. The odor profile of aldehydes is an abstract, soapy, fatty, fresh smell reminiscent of fresh laundry and frost. I wouldn't say this has that kind of detergent scent, but it does have a soapiness, but not, it's not like a bar of soap, which aldehydes tend to do. It's more of your skin after you've rinsed off the soap and pat yourself dry. That's what this smells like. I would say performance on this is moderate right now. It lasted about more like the 5-hour range, whereas I get a solid 8 hours. This is one that I wake up. It's one that sticks to my clothes. This one does stick to my clothes already, but on my skin, I do find myself by the end of the day wanting to freshen this one up. I do think this one's gonna get stronger with time, the way that the Eau de Toilette did. It still has pretty good performance. I would just say longevity is not as long as it is with the original and some of the other flankers. But again, I think that's going to change. I really do enjoy the new edition. I think it's going to be perfect for year round. It's a signature scent. It's one that I would say if you like the original but you want something a little more soapy, clean, fresh, I would say check this one out. And if you did not enjoy the original, definitely get your nose on this first. This is not blind buy safe. This is one that I think is going to be very divided in the community. So that is my quick review. Let me know in the comments below. Did you guys test this fragrance out? Did you guys pick it up? Are you excited to get it? Are you just going to pass on it? But that will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.